Hey y'all, sprinkle sprinkle. Welcome to the channel. Sorry it took a little while. I was on a phone call, so appreciate y'all. But how are y'all this morning? Still morning where y'all are? Hold on, put this ring right here. So get your roster up. It's the holiday season. It's getting ready to be 2026. Y'all need to get this roster up, whatever time you're watching this, whatever year, whatever decade you watching this, still get your roster up. All right. Some of y'all only got one person and they're not even coming through what they need to come through with. So y'all need to have several on your roster. It's the holiday season, it's cuffing season. You need to have two and three. Okay. 2, 3 guys on your roster that you're dating. Why? Because it's the holiday season. There's holiday parties, there's galas, there are gifts to be gotten, shopping to be done, dinners to go to, blah, 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 blah. So make sure you're building your roster. If you don't have a roster, now is the perfect time to start building one. Everything is, getting ready to, get better as far as, after the holidays. So make sure you're getting your roster now. I know a lot of things aren't happening the way people thought that they were going to happen. I know a lot of weird stuff is happening in the news and all this kind of stuff, but get your roster up and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. I gave the same speech years ago before all this other crap happened. So women, ladies, listen, get your roster up, start your business, get their money, make your money, because that's the only way that most people are going to thrive is having several streams of income. And a roster, if you're dating the right type of guy, is, you know, lucrative to have as well. So think about this. You got a roster and you got your own business. It could be like a dropship company, any type of online business. You could be a consultant, whatever you got. You're making multiple streams on top of multiple streams with a roster. That's lots of money. Okay. Now, if you're smart, you understand that. If you're dumb, you're going to try to be faithful to somebody that don't even like you, that you're a placeholder to, that will dismiss you after you've built them up. Okay. So we're not being dumb anymore. We're being smart. We're not putting all our eggs in one basket no more. We're branching out, and also we're taking into consideration other people that may want to contend. May the best man win. Okay. So that's how you date. That's how you need to date. If you don't date like that, you're probably wasting a lot of time and energy, unless you found someone that could do everything for you and who's a good provider and worships the ground you walk on. And if you got that, wonderful. Okay. But if you don't got that, you don't need to waste your time with people that aren't going to live up to your standards or reach them. Okay. You need to be dating several. That's it. Men are always dating several women most of the time, or using y'all, or lying to y'all. What are y'all doing? Y'all are giving mercy to people that do not deserve it. Y'all are being faithful to people that do not deserve it. Y'all are being faithful to people that won't do anything for you. Why? Because you've been trained, you've been brainwashed, and you've been duped. So it's time to wake up and get the most out of life. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. If y'all don't understand, y'all need to listen to that part over and over again until you do. All right. Wonderful. Work on your roster. Yes. How many you got on your roster, girl? You need to have at least two. Three is great. Two is good. One is bad. But at least you got one, right? And the best way to do this is as soon as you get one, you go after the next one, because you know you look good enough to pull. You know you look good enough to attract. So right after this, the next day, whatever, when you finally got one on your roster that you like, the next day and the next day and the next day, go out until you find another one. Okay. Don't stop, don't pause, don't wait, because you're in the zone. Okay. If you were able to pull him, there's something about you. You're at your best looking or something. You know what I'm saying? So you need to use that same energy, that confidence that came when getting one, to go and get another one right away. Okay. You don't pause and wait and say, do I need enough? Yes, you do. You always need more than one. So you go right after that and get you another one. And then when you get that other one, then you go get another one. You could stop, you could pause at 3. All right. And if you need a fourth, get you a fourth. But you can pause at 3, because that is enough for you to be getting what you want. Okay. So sometimes they cycle themselves out because they're, not what they said they were, and then you can replace them. Okay. So that's what you need to do. You need to have a roster and stop dating and being someone's placeholder that doesn't like you and don't see you in their future. Okay. Because when you have a roster, you have several options. You're not going to turn into a pygmisha, and you're going to have more than what you can get with just one guy. And you can see which one likes you the most. You can compare this one to that one to see which one likes you the most, you know? And instead of just hoping and wishing that your man will eventually do the right thing, you can see who likes you the best, who's going to do the right thing without you having to ask too many times or mention it at all, who's going to come through. You get to judge and see the type of man that actually likes you more than just settling with some dust because you think he's cute. Okay. So that's why we need a roster, ladies. If you have a roster, you learn so much more about men, and you learn how much they like you by how they treat you and the actions that they do behind it. Having one person putting all your eggs in one basket, all you're doing is hoping and wishing he's going to do right. The other ones actually have to compete and actually do right because they will be rotated off the roster. You understand? And you're in control, and you're more in control of the situation because you don't need them, nor do you see any of them as the only one or da da da. They're competing literally for you. They don't know it, but they are. Okay. What kind of outfit do you wear first meeting? Can I wear designer? Girl, don't wear no crap with logos on it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all. Most men don't know designers unless they're gay or got a bunch of logos on it. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Just don't wear a bunch of logos. That's all. Men don't know stuff is designer if it don't have logos. Just dress classy. Don't do a bunch of designer crap. That's all. You don't want to look like he gonna ask you to buy him something. Uh-huh. Thank you. Yeah, try to look classy instead. Exactly. Like don't do too much, baby. That's for when you go hang out with your girls, or that's when he buys you the designer stuff. Then you can wear it with him. Don't wear it for him. Wear it with him after he done bought it. You know. Stay hydrated, ladies. We got a roster. You need to stay hydrated. Take your vitamins. Get your beauty rest. Self care. Blah 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 blah. All right. Mm-hmm. So how to handle a roster? Okay. You need people that have different schedules so that you can work them into your schedule. You need a lunch date, a dinner date, and an activity date. So one man may want to do just dinners, gifts, and pay a couple bills, right? One may just want to do lunch, maybe whatever, coffee. Just kidding. If you got a coffee roster, man, mornings only. He's to pay for your coffee, and that's it. You can put him under coffee under your phone, but it needs to be not at a coffee place, but a breakfast place. You know what I mean? That's breakfast Bob. Some people get up early. They're old. They like to do breakfast and give you some money, but do not get out of the bed for coffee. You can do breakfast. Okay, they got coffee over there. So you need breakfast Bob if you're an early bird. You need lunch Larry and activity Aiden. Okay. So, and then if they're wanting to do more than breakfast, lunch, or activities, then you switch them around. Okay. Larry can be breakfast next week. Bob could be lunch, and then so on and so forth. Aiden can be dinner. So you just switch them up. You need to get your little schedule, a little planner or something. You know what I'm saying? If you get caught, your IQ's low. Okay. Date different types of men on different sides of town. Switch your wig up, switch your name up, or just stayed on different sides of town. Okay. And different age ranges. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. So, yes. You said height, weight, and dress size. Why? You want to borrow some clothes, sir? You transitioning over there? Okay. Why don't you tell me that so I can see if you can fit them? Okay. I used to loan some clothes out to this guy in high school. He used to go to the gay club on the weekend. He wanted to borrow my leopard print shirt. And he brought it back musty. I told him he could keep it. So I got some stuff to donate if you want some. I'm gonna help you transition out easier. Okay. When they be asking you them questions because they want to wear them clothes. Okay. 'Cause why do they need to know the dress size? They're not gonna buy you no dress. They need the dress. They want to trade places so bad. Y'all need to take notes too. Maybe y'all can get a roster after y'all get with some of them clothes. Okay. So getting your roster up means getting gifts, getting princess treatment. Okay. We don't keep nobody on our roster that's not doing what we need them to do. Okay. Also remember that people don't stay on the roster long if they're not doing what you need them to do. They get kicked off and next. You know what I mean? So, and you're not sleeping with these guys on the roster. Remember what I'm telling y'all. You're not sleeping with any of them. They're they're courting you and investing in you. You're not sleeping with none of them. That means they gotta like you a lot. Okay. So the type of guy you need on your roster is the one that likes you like 10 times more. You get it? You need to understand because some of y'all are not understanding. Hmm. You said this woman's advice has been saving my dating life. You're 22 and you wish I found she were earlier. Oh, sooner. Thank you, Imani. Well, I'm glad I'm helping you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So you're not sleeping with these guys on the roster. You're collecting gifts. You're going out on dates. You're seeing if they're worthy of any type of future relationship. Once they mess up, you re-entry fee, or you got to buy me a nice gift if you want the forgiveness, or they get kicked off. Okay. So the ones that make it the longest and do the most for you, maybe you can start to narrow down your roster if you're finding someone that can do what you need them to do. But until then, you keep one. And it will keep you from turning into a pygmisha just for one. It will keep you from waiting by the phone just for one. It will keep you from acting stupid because your focus is too much on one individual when that individual does not have focus for you. Okay. Sprinkle. Do you introduce them to your family? No. You don't always want to introduce somebody to your family. When they get you out of debt, introduce them to your family. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, when you have zero debt and your car's paid off, then you can introduce them, ma'am. Otherwise, why do they need to meet them? Unless y'all are very young and it's for safety reasons and your mom and dad need to know who you're dating, great. But if you're a grown, able bodied woman, stop trying to introduce everybody to your family. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're giving them the wrong idea. They don't deserve to meet your family unless they get you debt free. Okay. Remember, they have to earn everything. Y'all just be giving stuff away. Meeting the family is a privilege. Stop treating it like it's not. Hmm. Everything that you give them, they need to earn. And whether it's meeting the family, whether it's a compliment, whether it's blah, 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 they got to earn it, man. Make them earn stuff. They don't just introduce people to your family right away. Okay. And stop asking me about what if you rolled around on the mattress. You already know the answer. I told y'all don't do it. Find people and date Date people you don't want to roll around with. Okay, this is y'all's problem. Y'all be dating people y'all want to roll around with. That's dumb. You need to date people that want to roll around with you instead and get all their money. This way, you're less likely to say yes, and you can keep them spending. Y'all be dating people y'all can't wait to jump on the mattress with. Date people you don't want to sleep with. That way, you can easily dismiss them. You're not attached to them. You can get as much money as you can out of them. You can keep stalling and stalling and stalling until you realize they don't need to be on the roster no more. Okay? Stop doing that. When you meet somebody worthy of that, you have everything you want, everything you need, and you'll actually want to do that. You understand what I'm saying? But in the meantime, fill up your roster with men you don't want to sleep with. Okay, that's how you get the most. Like, I know I ain't gonna do nothing with that one ever. So let me go ahead. And that's a good way to also get lots of nice things, gifts, get to know someone, make some connections. They may not make it to the mattress, but they could be a good friend. Okay. They could be someone you could call on later on. You could have a nice buddy. Okay. That still pays for stuff. So just because they don't make it to the mattress don't mean they won't be in your life for other reasons like friendship. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Should you act like you care about him? Because I think, okay, you should, yeah, give him a pet name and everything. Ask him about his day. Ask him the key questions that women ask to make it look like that they care. Okay. And then that's it. As long as you just ask the right questions, they'll think you care, kind of. Thank you, Ella. Why would a man apologize for ghosting and do nothing? Because they want you to chase them, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why don't you just get the re-entry fee like I told y'all? Stop talking to them. You just need to be sending them your links for them to send you money to even talk to you. Okay. Once they ghost, they're gone. They got to pay to get back in. Okay. If they don't pay and you're still entertaining them, that's all that they want, your attention. They got to pay for it. If you're giving it away for free, that's why they ghost you, because you're not getting it. Okay. You don't need to talk to them. You need to send them your links to send you money. After they send you money, then you can say hello. No, I don't care if they apologize. We don't care. Where's the money? Okay. Apologize with cash. Apologize with PayPal. Apologize with Zelle and Venmo. Okay, we don't care. All right. If y'all are emotional and pick me, this just stop asking questions and listen. Okay. Do what I'm telling y'all, because y'all are doing too much. That's why y'all ain't getting nothing. Stop being over emotional. If they ghost, they pay. If they ghost, they pay to come back. If they ghost, repeat after me. If they ghost, they pay to come back in. They pay to talk to you. They pay to text with you. Re-entry fee. Stop entertaining guys who don't care about you and want to waste your time. Once again, if you haven't learned the first time, it's because you're slow. I'm here to help you. Okay? Re-entry fee. Re-entry fee. Re-entry fee. Re-entry fee. There you go. You said how to keep a roster while married. What does that look like? Girl, I don't know. Have you done it? It looks very smart and strategic. Okay. Thank you. Re-entry fee means if a man ghosts you, and I don't even know what y'all know what ghost is to y'all. Is it an hour? Is it a week? Like how long? Whatever ghosting means to you, if you took 2 hours personally and you call it a ghost, whatever. Usually it's a few days, right? When they text you, I'm sorry, if they weren't in jail, actually, if they were in jail, dismiss them anyway. If they weren't in a hospital with proof, Re-entry fee. That means let me copy and paste this Cash App instead of responding and write the words, how much did you miss me? And if they do not put any money in there or enough money to get your attention, they don't get communicated with, period. That is the re-entry fee. If they mess up and do something terrible and you're in a relationship, car dealership, upgrade the vehicle, shopping spree, okay? Thousands in your bank account, something. Re-entry fee. I know y'all understand this. I know a lot of y'all understand this. Some of y'all are new. You don't deal with people who waste your time unless they are understanding that they need to pay to waste your time if they've already wasted your time and ghosted you, did you wrong, da da da, re-entry fee. If you're going to deal with them people that you know don't like you and know don't respect you, they have to pay. Okay? That means they got to pay to even talk to you. They got to pay to even explain why they ghosted you. Do you understand? Is that good enough? Wonderful. Just get their money, man. You're not teaching them no lessons. They don't care about you. Just get their money. The only lesson they're going to learn is that you're stupid and the pygmy shouldn't still dealing with them. And to come back to you when they actually want to waste some more of your time. That's all they're going to learn from you. Just get their money. That'll teach them a lesson if you get their money and then ghost them. Okay? Because some of y'all are just too nice, and that's why y'all get taken advantage of. That's why you're a doormat, and that's why nobody will take you seriously, because you're too nice. Okay. I mean, I was young once. I understand. I didn't get results until I started being mean. Okay. It's hilarious. When you figure that out, a light bulb is going to go off in your head and you're like, dang, mean gets stuff done. Mean gets bills paid. Mean gets money. Woo, let me be mean. Men like me. Let's get it. You're going to learn that if you try it. But if you stay nice, you'll never learn it. Okay, get the roster up. Keep it rotating if the men aren't doing what you need them to do. Okay, and you're not sleeping with none of them dudes on the roster. Try to date men you don't want to sleep with. That way your roster can last longer and be more lucrative. And you can get more gifts. Okay? And so they like getting cussed out. They do. Mm-hmm. Okay. Definitely. And when you get your roster up, do not bring them home for the holidays. Okay? Don't bring nobody home for the holidays, ma'am. You might can go to one of their Christmas parties, or you might can go to like a gala. Don't bring them home to your family. Okay? Don't do it. They have to earn that. Let's see what they get you for Christmas before we introduce them to the family. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what they can do for you. Let's see some stuff. Okay? They don't need to be meeting your family till like after Valentine's Day if you're keeping them on a roster. Okay? There you go. If they stick around until after Valentine's Day, get your nice Valentine's Day gift, you might can introduce them to a cousin. Perhaps a sibling, but not the parents yet. They got to earn that. What if they want to introduce you to their family? Doesn't matter. You can meet whoever you want to meet. It doesn't matter. But you're not introducing them to yours. Okay. They have to earn that. All right. Because most men think if I introduce her to my family, they're gonna think I'm serious and they may roll around on the mattress with me. No, that's not what it means. When a man introduces you to his family, that means that he's trying to get you in the bed faster if he hasn't got you in the bed already. He's trying to get you in there faster. Now, guess what? You're going to drag it out even longer because he tried it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shera, how do I start a roster? I'm new to this. Okay, you meet one guy, they get your number, they take you out, they got some money, they're old, you don't want to sleep with them. Then you go the same week and you go find another one just like it. Okay? Just like them. Oh, somebody you don't want to sleep with, they got some money. All right? And you go out and get another one the next week. The same. Old, someone you don't want to sleep with. All right. Now you have 3 guys on your roster. They're all pretty much old or older, much older. They got money and you don't want to sleep with none of them. So every time one of them asks you out, if you want to go, you go. If they're willing to do things for you, you come up with fake problems. You talk to people, about on Ethel, and they may give you some money. They may help you pay your bills. They may pay your car note. The next dude on the roster, he may do the same. So you're getting a lot more than just dating one guy. Okay. And you're not trying to rush to the mattress with them. And most of the time when they're super old, they're not trying to rush to the mattress either. They just literally want to spend time with someone. They want to, some of them are in their midlife crisis and they just want to feel young again or whatever, and date younger women because the women that they're their own age, they can't really impress, or, they're not trying to date and, them. So you mention things. Oh, do you want my Christmas list? Da, da, da. Whatever. And then if one doesn't come through when you need them, if one promises something that doesn't come through, they're off the roster. And the other one probably will come through. Okay. May the best man win. And what does he win? He wins a spot on the roster. That's all he wins. And if you find one you really like and y'all get to, talking and y'all have a lot in common and he might be the one or whatever, he's still secretly, unknowingly competing with other guys. So you get to see how much he likes you compared to the other guys. Da, da, da. How much more he'll do for you compared to the other ones. And may the best man win. And you actually have time to get to know them without being rushed to the mattress, because you got options. You don't need to. You can put them on ice. You can put them on pause when they come back around. Re-entry fee. So you can definitely keep having a roster as long as you need one. You can friend zone some of the dudes and keep them on a friend roster. But you definitely don't need to be just dating one man who's not going to do anything but disappoint you. You definitely need to have several guys that are at least going to try to meet them standards and do the most. All right. You got to look good though, and go to the rich side of town. Hang out over there, go grocery shop over there, join the gym over there, stay in the area during the daytime as much as you can, because that's when a lot of guys are out and about doing their errands. Go to the sporting goods store and the golf club section on the rich side of town, mix, mingle, try to go to parties over there, events over there, fundraisers over there, and start meeting people that have money and put them on your roster. You know what I'm saying? Very easy. You just have to be consistent with it. It's a numbers game. You got to go more often than not. And you have to look good and have confidence and just go out there. Okay. That's literally it. If you can do that, you'll have a roster in no time. Okay. You'll have a roster real quick, baby. But you got to get one right after the other one. Don't pause. Don't wait. Once you got one, the next week you should have the next one. If all they do is stare, you're not doing something right. You're not in the right side of town. So, you got to get your look to look a little bit different for them to approach you. Okay. Sometimes people they might stare, but they might not cross the room for you, baby. It's a combination of a lot of different stuff. So, like what y'all doing, what y'all looking like. Thank you, BP Sprinkle. I appreciate you. It always comes down to looks. It always, let me tell y'all, I'm not joking. If you're not getting approached by men, it always comes down to how you put yourself together. You could be beautiful, but you might not be put together the correct way. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I'm the perfect example, because there are different places, different cities, and different states that people consider this more attractive than that people consider this, different age ranges and everything. So whatever type of man you are trying to attract personally, that's what you need to be attractive to. Okay. You can't just be attracted to general people if you're going to a specific place in a specific area in a specific side of town. You got to be attractive to people that are over there specifically. Okay. So y'all got to keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. You said, how do you avoid a bad reputation? Girl, move to a big town. Y'all gotta, y'all got how many people in your town? And how would you have a bad reputation? I live in a huge city, so I don't know. Y'all gotta, what kind of town do y'all live in? You like I live in a big city. People will never meet each other, run into each other, or know each other because the state and the city is so big. You know, it's a small world sometimes if you hang out with similar people in similar circles. But if you don't, they're never going to run into each other. You're never going to have a bad reputation because no one's going to know. It's too big. You know what I mean? Switch your wig up, girl. And when you sit around and think about what other people are going to think of you, um, that tells me that either you're in a small town, you might need to date outside of your town. You know what I mean? Okay. You said, can lazy eye stop people from approaching? Girl, they got tape for that now. They got face tape. You tape that eye up, girl. Tape that eye up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get you some facial tape and tape that eye up, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I said, are looks the only defining factor to get a roster? If you can get a roster on your personality, you know what? Wonderful. Are they going to be paying bills though? Or do you just want a roster for company? Because like my channel is more geared towards women getting money, getting their bills paid and, finding guys that are going to provide. But if you just want a roster for friendship or a roster based off your personality, wonderful. Don't let me stop you. But yes, looks are very important. Mm-hmm. Y'all laughing. I'm not joking. Like, you said Tyler taped her lazy eye. Okay, well, you get some Tyler tape. Tape that eye. All right. I mean, we have all the technology, all the beauty products in the entire world. Use them. Okay. Can we, Shira, what can we ask innocently? Like directions. So if you're trying to talk to them first, no. If you want a man to talk to you and you want to just start a polite conversation, you ask someone else really loud, like a worker, excuse me, do you know the best route to get to such and such? And he'll be like, oh, well, I don't know. It's like, oh, well, that sounds complicated. If that man likes you and he overhears you or he just wants to butt in, he's going to say, oh, well, you could do this instead or you can do that instead. You never directly talk to them. You give them a reason to talk to you. That's it. Okay. If you approach them, you know, I mean, if you're in a social environment, they should always be looking and talking to you first. What's up, girl? Otherwise, they already know what you're doing. They already know. Like, why is a woman talking to me? She desperate. Okay, that's how men think. Why is this woman talking to me? Even if you're nice to a man, they think you want to roll around on the mattress with them. If you're just being polite and nice, they think you want to roll around. So don't approach ladies. That's their job. Okay. Hmm. You said the marriage part, girl. Y'all figure that out, baby. If y'all have a brain, y'all can figure anything out. I promise you. Y'all be having master degrees, PhDs. Y'all have all them degrees on your wall. Y'all can figure out how to have a roster while you married. I promise you. Just if it was an assignment in class in college, you would have figured it out. Okay. Just, okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all be following emails this long at work with thousands of steps in it. You can figure it out. I promise you. The same way married men do. All right. Advice on dealing with a narcissist. Become one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, wop, wop. Become one. Study them and become greater. Don't take the victim role. Okay. You said no one approaches you. What you look like, ma'am? Okay, you got to look like somebody wants to approach you. Put on a dress. Get you a wrap dress. Do your hair. Get you a wig. Get you some lip gloss. All right. What? Yeah, you got to level up high, very high, to make a man cross the room for you. A man with money. Mm-hmm. He said, "Do you know any women that have rosters?" I sure do. Shoot. If you're young, you should have a roster. If you know, there's no reason you shouldn't have a roster, especially if you're dating in 2025. You need a roster. All right. When a man approaches you at a nice office building and asks for my number, how do I make him work for it? You start asking him a bunch of questions about himself, and then you say, "Oh, well, what do you want to use my number for?" Then he'll be like, then he'll have to explain himself. "Well, I would love to take you out to a lovely dinner or lunch or da da da," because you don't want to just sit there and talk on the phone with some random dude. You're gonna need them to explain what their intentions are before you give them your number. That way, they're more likely to use it, and they have a guilt factor behind it because they literally took the time to explain why they wanted it, what they wanted to, how they wanted to impress you, and blah 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 blah. So you make them explain themselves and what they're going to do with the number, and they'll go into detail trying to impress you. And if you act semi-impressed enough to give them your number, they've just earned it. They've just tried to impress you, and they've set you up for something in the future. And then they're going to have the guilt aspect behind it if they don't call. So that's how. Okay. What if a man calls you to join his table at a club? What should you do? Ask him to buy you an entire bottle of whatever you're drinking. Ask him to buy you some champagne, the whole bottle. It's like, if I come to your table, you got to buy me a whole bottle. And I'll be like, never mind. Okay, bye. I don't know. That's that club life. All them people in there fake anyway. Just get something out of it. You got to get something out of it, baby. I wouldn't be looking for nothing in the club anyway. Just looking for free drinks. That's all you're going to get. All right. What do you do when they're too touchy-feely? You hold their hand. So they can't touch or feel nothing but your hand. Okay. You gonna be there? What? You said hand gel. Exactly. You hold their hand. You say You're absent right now. Okay, you're not sleeping with nobody right now. Okay? Well, why do you have to tell the world? Nobody cares. Like I don't understand women like that. I don't understand why it's anybody's business what you gonna do, what you ain't doing, what you might do, what you might not do on a mattress. I don't know why that's anybody's business. Like, why do y'all have to announce that as if that's the only thing that you are? You know what I'm saying? That's why men treat y'all the way y'all getting treated, because y'all think that is all that is your value. That's why you have to announce it to everyone, because that's what you feel like is your most valuable asset. And that's why you are treated like that is your only asset. And that's why you are treated that way, because that's what you lead with. It's no, that's like saying you're not, do you go around telling people that you're not going to eat breakfast today? It's the same thing. Stop it. Thank you, BP. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, I'm not eating breakfast this week for 20 days. Like nobody cares. You know? Shut up. Stop telling everybody everything. That's what the problem with most women are. Y'all are too eager to people please. Y'all are too eager to tell everything. Y'all might as well be playing cards with the cards flipped in the opposite direction. Okay? In the direction where people can see your entire hand. Why? Because that's what y'all act like. That's literally something wrong with you in the mind. You know, when you just give out every piece of information. Stop it. I'm serious. Who cares? Nobody cares. That's none of their business. Date someone you don't even want to sleep with. That's true. All right. I guarantee y'all, if y'all start dating men you don't want to sleep with, you're going to have a lot more money in your bank account. All right. Ah. I'll take off my shoes. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm not mad at y'all. I just want to help y'all. Is making eye contact with a guy being easy? No, because they have to make the first move. And they still got to work for you after they come over to you. Eye contact is just letting them know that if they came over to you, you might not reject them so fast. That they might have a chance that they say the right stuff. That's all eye contact means. Come on over if you want to. I'll give you a little chance. That's all eye contact means. Doesn't mean they're not going to get dismissed if they say something stupid, but it does mean that they're welcome to approach. Okay? You say it's called dropping your handkerchief. Girl, in this day and age, they might steal it. Yeah. Uh-huh. You said ugly old men are the worst. They will start talking to you about S. Okay, that's when you revert the conversation into like other things. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about my car. It's been like 3 months. Like, why? That's when you start talking about your car note needs to be paid 3 months up. Why? I know if they're bold enough to talk about S, you can be bold enough to talk about bills, car notes, on Ethel, tires, you know. If they bold, you need to be bold. And you don't do exchanges. They got to heavily invest. If they're looking for an exchange, send them a number to an escort service. Okay. That's literally it. And then they'll feel bad about that. And they'll be like, oh, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. It's like, well, you did. Like I'm used to I'm used to dating guys that are providers and want the best things for me and really actually care. If you're looking for an exchange, here go to the escort service, men and women, because I don't know what you do. Swear. All right, have him a little link to send when he start acting stupid, and come back when you trying to date somebody for real, and instead of rolling around on the mattress for an exchange, you can go do that over there. You want to date somebody for real and actually want to improve someone's well-being in life, then you know where to find me, and there will be a re-entry fee. Why would a man watch a girl but not approach? Because you're there, and men look at all types of women. Y'all getting on my nerves with these dumb questions. You're not their type. Sprinkle. You ain't their type. They don't want you. Period. You understand me? Or they may already be in a committed relationship and they don't want to cheat. But if they're not, they just don't. They're not attracted to you enough to come over. That's it. That's literally it. They're not attractive enough. They're not attracted enough to you to walk over there. That's what it is. Because maybe they hadn't had enough drinks. Maybe they don't have enough courage. But you don't want the type of man that's not going to approach you anyway. Those are not for you to be concerned about. Look, listen to me. Why do you care about who's coming up to you or not? The only people you need to be dealing with are the people that actually come up to you. Don't worry about them other ones. They want you, they'll come get you. Period. Look, we don't pay attention to anybody who ain't approaching. They ain't approaching, they don't exist. They're not approaching. Repeat after me, ladies. They're not approaching, they don't exist. Stop looking at people that's not looking for you. If they wanted you, they would come what? Get you. Y'all are wasting too much time and energy. Okay? Y'all got men online that have been in whole relationships for 5 years. The woman broke up with him. He ain't trying to figure out how to get her back. He's trying to figure out how to get another one. Why? Because men don't care like y'all care. Y'all care too much about a man looking at you from across the bar. Y'all are sitting here asking questions, typing it out, wasting your time, thinking about it years later, days later. If he's not approaching, he don't matter. Okay? Thank you, BP, for the super sticker. Y'all keep thinking about stuff that don't matter. Stop it. Okay? Obviously, either you're not their type or they don't want to come up to you. That's it. That's done. Stop thinking about it. If they're not coming up to you, they're not attracted to you. Not enough to walk over to you. Okay? People stare at people all day long. Doesn't mean that they're attracted to them. Doesn't mean they're going to come over to them. Okay? Stop wasting your time on people that's not of action. Don't even waste a thought. All right? I was saying this earlier in my live on TikTok. Sometimes men don't approach certain women because y'all look like y'all are already taken. I'm going to repeat that. Sometimes men do not approach women because they feel like they're already taken. You look like you're somebody's, laundry folder sometimes. Sometimes you look like you somebody's, cook and cleaner. Sometimes you just don't look single. Okay? Sometimes you look too comfortable. Like, men look at women differently. They look at a woman and say, okay, she's too practical. She looks like she already has a family. She looks like she already has a man. She looks like she stays home and folds laundry. She looks like she, Or, oh my gosh, she's got those nice heels on. Look at that nice outfit. She's super polished. She doesn't look like she over there folding laundry somewhere. Look at them nails, red nails, high heels, nice outfit, smells really good, hair done, polished makeup. You don't look like you at somebody's house folding laundry, man. Sometimes men don't approach women that they might be cute, but they may like, oh, she look like she fold laundry at home for somebody. You gotta understand this is what men think like. Look, I've been married for 20 years, but so many people think I'm single because I don't look like I sit home and fold laundry all day. It works also the opposite direction. Men will approach lots of different types of women, married, single, or whatever, because they don't look like they sit around and fold laundry. All right? So make sure you don't look like a laundry folder. Make sure you don't look too practical and too comfortable. All right, y'all, I got to go. I have to go take my daughter to get a snack and something to eat. Mommy-daughter time. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for everything. If y'all want to join the Patreon, join tier 2 and up, and you'll be able to directly message me, and I'll message you back in a day or two, or could be later on this evening. We'll never know. But there's the Patreon link, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.